When I do this, I feel like people are paying attention to me, and I get weird.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Walking Blind is hosted by overly emotional dudes who overthink and overanalyze everything. Nothing the hosts say should be taken as medical advice or opinion. They're not professionals. They're about to make that very clear.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Walking Blind podcast. This is episode 126, the show where we like normalize checking in on the homies. I'm Mike. That is also Mike. And we also have Mike here.
More mics.
And we got Avi in the house. The boys from Iron Rule are here. Let's get into it. Even though we've been talking for a half an hour already.
It's the downside of a better setup.
Yeah.
Oh, Gangsta Lake talk now.
So officially, what's up, boys?
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
Stoked to be here. Been wanting to for a minute.
Yeah, man.
Dude, first off, we heard the new Iron Rule, and it rips. I want to talk about you guys' coming back and new music and like what's next for you guys. Like, first off, like OG in the game, right? Like you've been in this. Like, you started Iron Rule, right?
Yeah, me and Curtis.
Okay,
Me
and
Curtis
so
first ones.
So what is this like process been like getting new dudes in and like kind of revamping everything, getting everything going, getting young blood in the game, you know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of a trip going from a band that's all long-time homies, you know what I mean? And trying to transition into something that's more like focused.
Yeah.
Not just so much like homies having fun, like yes, obviously, but like just trying to like rethink our approach and figure what we can do to like get to that next step, you know?
Yeah.
And I think I've always had like a vision, and now I'm just like, fuck it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
let's try to do everything we can, man, and do it. And like D'Lo's been such an asset, you know, D'Lo coming into the band on its own, like before we even released music with him, like got us new fans just because of who he is, you know. But you know, the hard decision of like Curtis and Nick stepping away to handle family and finances and all that other shit that kind of becomes something that's a lot more important than playing music, you know?
Yeah.
And for me, I don't have any kids. I'm not gonna have any kids.
Yeah.
Like, this is my baby. This is what I want to do. So
I mean, you have cats.
yeah,
So
that's true. That's true.
That's your babies right there.
There you go.
You know.
But it was like, it was just one of those scenarios where it's like, well, what do you do from here, dude? And feeling pretty much like I can't just ask random people because it's not going to feel right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Greg, our new bassist, has been one of my friends for a long time. I feel like I've been like grooming him to do this. Like if we're being honest, because I started giving him guitar lessons. You know, a few years ago, probably not quite a handful, like 3-4 years ago, and he's just taken off into like becoming a pretty good musician. He's a good guitarist. He's a great bassist. He's even like started doing songwriting and stuff himself, and like he's just into it.
Sick.
He's into it, and like that like fresh like energy of like someone that's super motivated to do stuff, and they're like excited to be here, you know, versus the dudes that are tired and they're fucking, you know, no, like that's not any disrespect, but when you've been doing it for so long, like sometimes the motivation isn't there when you don't see any crazy improvement, you know. We're not seeing 100,000 streams.
Yeah.
But we're starting to get into like the 30s, right? And like before that, our highest song was maybe like 19 or like 9 or 10,000. And that was like a lot above the rest of our songs. That was just like one single that we released during COVID. So with this last release with D'Lo coming in, everything's like right about 30K right now, which like for us is huge.
It's awesome.
We're trying
That's
to do
rad.
more. So it was like, I know I got to get killers and I got to get people I can count on. And so like Greg was easy, right? And then the other scenario is trying to find a sick drummer.
Yeah.
And
It's
there's
hard.
not a fucking lot of them, right?
Yeah.
And I remember speaking to Mike from Reminiscence about a side band that I've been wanting to do. And he's like, yo, check out Avi. Avi had filled in for them. And I'm like, sick, I'm going to hit him up about that. and just never got around to it. It just wasn't a priority, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, the situation where Curtis is like stepping out. He wants to raise his kid. He wants to get a place. I get that. Soul crushing. Curtis is one of my best friends. I fucking love doing it with him, but I'm stoked for him at the same time, you know? So I just messaged Avi one day. I'm like, hey, bro, you want to be an Iron Rule?
It's true.
Yeah.
And I kind of caught those vibes that he's like, are you fucking with me?
What?
I mean, you can elaborate on your end.
No, you are absolutely right. I was like, wait, hang on. Are they for real?
Yeah.
Because what happened was I formed Atrocitus with my best friend from high school, Damon. And then I left and I decided to pursue a tattooing career.
Okay.
So I decided I'm going to get out of my apprenticeship and then get back into music.
Like once things are just smooth sailing at that point. Yeah.
Exactly. But I hopped on a song with Reminiscence for a show that they were doing at Chain. And Iron Rule was on that bill. So I think it was like shortly after that show, right? Like a day or so?
Yeah, it was like, because, Mike was like, hey, this guy's sick, but then like actually seeing you play in person was like, all right, you're not lying. Like,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
So I just thought it was too good of a deal to pass up. So I was like, all right, I'll get back into music and finish my apprenticeship.
Sick.
And that's another thing, dude. Like the like fresh blood, the people that are like stoked to do it, stoked to be there, they got the fresh energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just such a different vibe. It's such a breath of fresh air. Like I feel like reinvigorated to do stuff. It's not like like same old, you know what I mean? Like it feels like it's something special with like new people that are great to work with.
Yeah.
They're like very talented guys. So I think realistically, like we're just gonna start releasing some of the best stuff we've ever written, basically, trying to and just hope people show up and fuck with it.
I'm excited to see, like one, you guys come back, and then, from what you showed us, like that, the music fucking rips.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Like you guys are all killing it, like with what you're doing instrumentally. The vocals, the range on that track is fucking insane.
Yeah, already in that.
Yeah. So I think it's like it's gonna be a cool like here's I don't want to say new and improved, but here's the new and improved Iron Rule. You know what I mean? Like just we're fucking bionic now.
Well, and what you said is like I totally get the whole, like, and not that doing a band with your homies you can't be focused, but it's just when you've done stuff with them for so long, and then to try to like push that level of like, okay, let's do more with this, and then life happens and guys have families and they have the commitments they want to do, and so when you have an opportunity to be, like you said, to have it more focused and bring guys in that can do that, like that's exciting.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Like I feel like anytime I've seen that with like friends bands, we've had it with personal bands, it's like when you can get those guys who were really ready to like kind of like do those next steps that just like I said, life holds people, it can hold people down at, for that time, and it's like, okay, well we want to keep going. So like I don't know, I think it's a good like it's an exciting feeling.
Yeah, dude, it definitely is. Just fresh vibes and people ready to get out there and fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
dude. Yeah. I mean, just hearing the one song. That's the only one you have recorded right now, as far as for the new members.
We have 2 more in the works, but that one is the closest to being done.
Yeah.
And where are you guys doing everything DIY, or are you recording somewhere?
So like I did the demos and then like recorded unedited guitars. We sent it over to Delo's homie Brian, who he's doing the new Destruction of a King stuff.
Cool.
I think he did all the old Destruction of a King stuff too,
Sick.
but
Yeah.
he's doing vocal editing and like guitar and vocal editing and like vocal tracking, and then we're sending it over to Josh Knoll for like mix and master. Cool. So that track we got back, we were like, okay, cool, we're gonna continue working with Josh, because Josh did Ninth Circle. We stepped away and worked with Brandon on Soul Death, and like in those few years, Josh has really like polished his shit.
Yeah.
So
It's especially in this type of music when you're dealing with so much low end and you're dealing with so much going on. It's really important to find somebody that understands that music so that they can get you a clean mix.
it makes it sound
Exactly.
huge.
Yeah.
Like how can you make that sound large? And there's a lot of people that'll get you a mix back that's loud or whatever, but like the dynamics aren't there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think you have to come from like a core background to like understand what we're looking with. Like we worked with another dude who was more into like death metal stuff. He did the last like Crawling Through Tartarus,
Okay.
and we sent him a single, and we super weren't into it, and it was just very clear that he wasn't
It wasn't the
made
same.
for that kind of shit. Yeah.
It's not a good fit.
And that's fine, dude. He's good at what he does. We asked him to do something that he doesn't normally do, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Lesson learned. Like, we'll just go with people that understand it. And like, Josh has been working on a bunch of good shit lately. He's been working on stuff, for a handful of years, so it made a lot of sense. And he definitely like blew it out of the water, because we sent that track to 3 different people
Really?
to mix and master.
Okay. Just kind of testing the waters, feeling it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his just came back sounding like the biggest,
Yeah.
the most dynamic, and it's like, all right,
Sick.
sick. Well, we're gonna keep doing it.
That's a smart move. I feel like a lot of people don't, you kind of just go like, I like the records that this guy did, so let's send it to him and like hope for the best, So that's a very solid tactic to make sure you guys are getting what you want. Because I know with us and like this skate punk thing that we're doing, we're doing everything DIY, but when it came to like mixing stuff, we were like, well, we like these guys and the records that they did, but there was a very specific sound like that we were going for, and we're like, I don't know how we're gonna fucking achieve this, like sending it off to different people. So we just kind of lose our hair mixing it ourselves. But
Did Dan mix it?
no, it's actually being our guitar player Ryan is mixing everything, and because he comes from a skate punk background. He played in a band called Off the Record back in the day, and so he has like pretty much has the master plan of like that sound and everything that we're going for. So we're we give him notes here and there, but we kind of let him do his thing, and he's stressing the fuck out about it.
Oh no.
But it's okay.
Sounds great though.
Sounds great.
Do you guys have a plan as far as like how much you guys want to write? Like you guys going for an album? You guys going EP?
No, it's an EP.
EP, cool.
It's another EP. We haven't quite decided on like 3, 4, or 5 songs at the moment. Like Avi said, we have 2 more that are like getting there.
Yeah.
But it's like, do we want to take the time to add more content, or just like, this is cool, let's just let's just toss that.
And are you guys gonna do the new young man's game where you're like constantly pushing like
It's the way to do
material and content and everything
You
like
fucking
that?
have to.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice. Like, we did a 9-song LP that did shit for us.
Yeah, because like no promotion or anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, it didn't help that dudes are broke, you know what I mean? And it's like, it was like a bad time to drop the ball like that, because COVID was huge for a lot of bands, and like,
Yeah.
So that was unfortunate. But I learned the value of marketing on this last EP, because it's 3 songs and an intro,
Yeah.
and like it went so much further than like a full fucking 9-song album.
Yeah. People's attention spans now too are so short. Like the scrolling thing has fucked everybody up. So it's like, if you don't hook me in the first 2 seconds, I'm fucking moving on. And it's changed music too.
Dude, and to like Josh's credit, when he worked on that full length with me, we like arranged the songs like a live set. Like, songs would go into other songs.
Sick.
So like, you'd get through the first 4 songs before there's really a break.
Right.
Like, there was like a break between like 4 and 5, and then like from 7 through the rest of the album, they like bleed into each other again.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, don't give them a chance where they can push the stop button.
Yeah.
Like, if there's no break for them to push the stop button, they can't do it.
Yeah.
Right. And we like looked at it like that, and I think, had we done better marketing, like, it could have did a lot more, but we just fucking dropped the ball, dude.
Yeah, it's tough, man. But it's also like, I don't know. We're forcing Mike to do a ton of shit that he's uncomfortable with.
Doing like fucking TikTok videos and shit. Hell yeah.
We legit yesterday
40 years old.
4 years old yesterday made him change his shirt 3 times so he could film a bunch of videos.
Oh no. I did. We're a skate punk fan, and then like in all the first single we did, I didn't change my shirt, so skate punk fan, and I'm wearing like this madre t-shirts in every single promo shot, which I'm sure they loved. But
Every single promo for like the past how long has that song been out now?
about a month.
About a month. Mike's wearing the same fucking shirt. So we just started embracing it. We're like, Mike only owns one shirt. Here's a new promo.
But what a fucking shirt, right?
What a shirt.
What a fantastic shirt.
So when it comes to, kind of your history a little bit, the band that you said was Atrocitus?
Atrocitus, yeah.
Was that your first band, or did you play in bands before that? Or like, how long have you been playing drums?
I've been playing drums coming up on, I want to say 9 years now. When I was in high school, my buddies tried to form this deathcore band called Lore, and I was just getting into drums. So it was originally Blinding White, and I thought that was harder.
Yeah.
But I wasn't skilled enough on drums to really join, and then I eventually joined just to say that they could have a drummer.
Mm-hmm.
And then that kind of fell off. So after high school, Damon and I formed Atrocitus. Because we just started going to like the DIY shows, just at like skate parks and shit like that. We're just like, oh, we could do this. But deep down, I always wanted to be in a deathcore band. But I was better at drums than when I was in Lore, but I wasn't skilled enough to play like Chelsea Grin or Whitechapel, Suicide, stuff like that. So we kind of went with hardcore because it was just like the easier way out. And also hardcore was starting to blow up. Because, around that time, Knock Loose, Tearing the Fabric of Life blew up. Kublai Khan was getting bigger. Jesus Peace.
Yeah.
Everyone, like, because this was, like, during COVID, so everyone was really coping with the pandemic through Hate 56 and 197 media videos.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, for real.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, and, like, Gulch and Tsunami, they were huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, but like, check Atrocitus out. He says hardcore, but like, barely.
It was
very little hardcore.
Yeah,
It was very debatable on whether we were hardcore or not.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
Those are the best hardcore bands.
I always love the bands that like get grouped into hardcore music because of their mentality, but their music isn't really hardcore, but everybody fucking loves it anyways because the mentality is still there, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like,
and I'd
Okay.
say like that's where they were at, dude. They were definitely heavier than like your typical hardcore band. Like I feel, it's sick.
We were deathcore kids trying to write hardcore.
Sick.
But like that's how Iron Rule started, dude. Like all of us were in a deathcore band. Maddie was in a different deathcore band than us, but like the rest of us were in a deathcore band. Maddie joined, and we're like, dude, we're just gonna write hardcore because it's fun, it's less pressure, and then everything just started to fucking spiral. There was a long time talks like, oh, that's too deathcore, dude. Like we can't do the song. It's too deathcore. And like we threw whole songs away that were like maybe too heavy.
yeah.
And then at some point it just like clicked. It's like, dude, we just can't pretend anymore. Like, like we're gonna throw like deathcore elements and like slam elements and stuff in, and like just see if we can just get away with a little more each time. You know what I mean? And now it's like that new song is like full on slamcore. Like there's nothing fucking metallic hardcore about it. Like,
Yeah, there's definitely like there's some songs that I wrote. They've heard them for Torture Culture that were like I was told like, nah, it's too like metal for us. Like it's too
gay.
It's too riffy for us. And then now we're like, hey, let's bring these back into the fold and start working on them, you know.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's exactly what we dealt with at the beginning too. Is like, hey man, that's maybe too much.
Yeah.
It's like it's never enough, dude.
Yeah,
Ramp it up.
Just do it. Just and I think one of the first conversations you and I had, we practiced because when you played that show with us and you were like, you guys just need to throw more breakdowns in here, man. And I was like, hey man, I agree. You know, I agree.
I don't remember that, but it sounds accurate.
So when did the breakdowns come in?
And like this would go off if there were just more breakdowns.
Yeah,
in the
there's
song.
just
I was like,
a breakdown right here.
I was like, I agree.
Dude, Manny from Ritual,
Oh, dude,
I
Amazing
prefer
Drummer.
to think of him as Manny from Silence the Carnage because I fucking love that band. They were so underrated. Obviously, he's doing new shit, right? But Manny was like, he heard some of our new stuff at a practice studio one time, and this was the last EP. This is old new stuff, but he's like, sick, dude. He's like, no one's gonna get mad that you guys are heavier.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you're right. Like, of course. Why didn't I think of that?
I think hardcore bands have like gotten to a place where now like we're getting funkier with hardcore. So like you get that groovy shit going on, and that's what people like, right? Like they're into that like turnstile type shit, scowl type shit, you know, and drain type stuff. To where like if that's not authentic for you, it doesn't work when you do it. Right? Like you have bands that are trying to copy that and they're trying to just fit into that mold. And it's like, if that's not what you write, just don't do it. Like just, you know, and so I think that's why for us, it's like, well, we could stay a straight hardcore band, but most of our dudes were more into metal and stuff anyways. So let's just embrace that and start writing a little more metal.
You have a metal ass name, dude.
I know.
Avi, on the way over here, I was like, yeah, it's Mike from Torture Culture, Mike from MBR. He's like, Torture Culture? And I think he was expecting like grindcore.
Yeah,
or something.
sounds
No, I was expecting like brutal, ignorant, beat down deathcore.
It is not that.
And then I played Cage, and he's like, "This is sick. This is sick." I'm like, "It is sick."
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's fun to play, but I think, like I said, like, you know, for us, we're kind of embracing that a little heavier, a little, you know, a little more aggressive. And I'm like, so my scream on that first,
that's literally my brain was that.
my scream on that first EP, when we first started the band, I was doing the shit that I did back in Creative Void, like heavier, like more like more guttural stuff, more like it's more like a metalcore scream. And we were in the studio, and Martin, one of my best friends in the world, Martin, was like, "Is there any way that you can like not sound like you?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, can you like scream different so you don't sound like you?" And I was like, "All right." And so that's why it became like that, more like the yell that's on the record, and it's not as like aggressive as some of the other stuff. And I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna ditch that. We're just gonna go back heavy."
Well, dude, you got Dan from Hacksaw in your band,
Dude. And like some of the original, I don't know if the recordings are out there. There's some of the original Torture Culture songs where we recorded a whole different set of vocals, and Dan was doing backups, and he was hitting like some heavy ass lows and shit, and then we axed it and went more like the "I was just a boy, but now I'm a man," like that type of shit. So yeah, new music will be on our end, will be definitely sound a little different than it did. But
You guys are also tuning lower too, yeah?
yeah, we were in D standard. Now we're playing in like drop A sharp and C standard.
hey,
Dude,
That was the thing with Atrocitus, because like we said, we were a hardcore band, but we were playing in like drop A,
Yeah,
and people thought we were fucking nuts for that.
yeah.
same. Like we've always been in drop A. I don't know that Iron Roll ever changed tunings. Like, I don't think we need to go any lower.
What are you guys playing now?
Drop A.
Okay.
Dude, since day one, drop
You guys
A.
are playing 7 strings?
Yeah.
Okay. Dan keeps, "Hey, just go. Let's go 7." I'm like,
Well, if you guys are playing in C standard, like it works out so much better to have a 6.
yeah,
Like that's my problem. The only reason that I own 6-string guitars is so that I can play Black Dahlia
yeah.
in C standard.
I don't know what it is. Like and obviously I'm not playing guitar in Torch Culture. We have we're jamming with a new guitar player actually tomorrow.
New guy? Like
Yeah.
tryout?
Yeah. Which I feel like he's probably already in. It's one of Ty's best friends. We all know him. We've seen him play.
Can
He
you like
rips.
say a band that he was in? Is that giving too many details?
What band was? I don't even
More
remember.
recent one? I don't know.
I know he used to play in bands back in the day, but he's been kind of gone for a minute because he like left IE, moved to LA, has been doing a bunch of stuff out there. So he still played guitar all throughout that whole thing, but him and Ty grew up playing music together. And Ty is a sick ass bass player, and when you ask Ty if he's good at bass, he always says no. But he says Travis is sick at guitar, which makes me just like, oh yeah, cool. But I've seen Travis play; he rips.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely bring a different dynamic to things. So, we'll see.
Sweet, I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm just stoked to write new stuff. We've been sitting on that EP for
Feels like a long time, dude.
since 2022 or something like that.
Yeah, it's because when was that sax show? Was that 21 or 22?
That's 21.
It was 21.
That's 21. Yeah, because we were writing songs, and then at the time Jake was like, "Hey, the Lionheart dudes invited us to come play this festival," and we're like, "We haven't fucking released any music," and so we just rushed to put like Caged and I think Burnout, like just so we'd have music out so people could hear it.
Yeah.
And then we tracked those with Dan. Then we all drove up, fucking played that show. And then it was like, hit the ground running for a while. Put the EP out, did the run with No Bragging Rights, Clay City and No Home, Pacific Northwest run. And then we just stopped playing for a year. Then it was like, let's come back again. And then we're like, okay, cool. If we're going to come back, we should probably do this shit right. We're starting over again. So that's when we just started basically grinding again. So we missed the whole, like, legit, we missed, like, the whole
IE blow up
because we just stopped playing shows, and then all of a sudden, everybody's doing cool shit. So
yeah, like Smoke came out, and like there's a few bands that have come out, since we've not been playing as much that we definitely want to play with. They're doing sick stuff, but just finding a platform. I'm stoked that the Haven is like back open. That was always a super cool place to play. Aladdin Juniors, PBW, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So that's another like dope spot, because I don't think we're ever gonna have local shows at Glass House ever again. Like I don't see it happening.
well, especially because that side stage area is gone now. It's a bar. So
There used to be a side stage.
yeah, you know where that lounge is?
Yeah.
There used to be a stage over there, and they do smaller shows over there. Actually, first time I saw them play was there.
Oh, no way.
It was sick. It was
with Nevea Tears and somebody else.
and then Undermined.
And Undermined.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going to like Glass House shows, and then if something was going on at PBW, like sneaking around the back and like seeing who was playing at PBW.
Yep.
Get a twofer.
Yep. Sometimes there would be sick ass shows going on at both of them, and you'd just kind of run back and forth.
Like who's up?
Yeah. Dude, Aladdin used to have sick ass shows.
Comeback Kid when Scott came back.
Yeah.
And they did those first two albums. They played it in there, dude. Fucking nuts.
That show was that place was crazy. They is the stage at the back now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it used to be against the glass.
Yeah.
And they moved it and they swapped it, so it's on the other side. It's still a small little stage, but it's
like, hey, you want to make it harder to load in?
yeah. So you go up in the back, and then you go through that tiny little alleyway, and then but it works. We've played there a couple times since it's been back, and the shows have been good. They've been fun.
I want to play there so bad, dude.
Same.
Yeah.
It's a bucket list venue for me.
Is it
Yeah.
the Haven?
Yeah, and the Glass House.
Okay. Sick. Glass House. I haven't gotten a chance to play Glass House yet. You have.
We my old band played it twice.
Glass House.
One was December Decimation, which is huge fucking thing. That was sick. And the other one was just like a local showcase, I think like the next week with Face Your Maker.
Sick.
And a couple other bands. It's funny, my old band used to play with D-Lo all the time.
Yeah.
So like to have a bunch of dudes from that old band and then like have them come into the picture, like weird. It's weird. It's like weird how things end up.
It's cool though. It's like you guys have that history together still, so
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, and like a lot of the bands now, like they're old bands.
yeah.
Like Silence the Carnage, Manny from Ritual. Dude, Manny's in like 5 bands now, I think. Like Grands for Assault, like Ritual, a couple other bands.
I have a hard
Dude's
time.
a busy guy.
I have a hard time juggling too.
And producing other bands in the scene.
Yeah, and he's
Wild.
but that's like I think that's his full time though.
That makes sense then.
So if like that's your world, be a part of it.
True. It's a lot to maintain, especially jumping. Well, you're in 3 at this point.
Yeah, but they're all like in different stages of like, they're not all playing right now.
True. true. All right, well, let's get into some questions, boys.
Sounds good.
By the way, new MBR stuff is E standard.
Hell yeah.
Just kidding. I don't know. Martin's been pushing that. I don't know how real that is.
It's that groovy hardcore shit, dude. All right. We're gonna start with the nerd question because I feel like this is gonna go for a little bit, and I guess this will go for both of you.
All right.
Burrito King, Burrito X King.
Oh, hell yeah.
We need a gear rundown. We love a good nerd out. So what's your current rig that you're running for Iron Rule right now?
I feel like Josh knows our fucking rig.
Yeah, but he
which
wants
is
to
fun.
tell everybody.
For the
Tell everybody.
listeners. It's for the listeners.
Dude, I run a Kemper.
Yeah.
But actually,
You're running Kemper Stage?
I run Kemper Stage.
Powered?
Yeah. No, it's a rack mount, non-powered. So my rack is like the Kemper, a conditioner, and like a PV power amp.
Okay.
I actually play an Ampeg 4x10. I play through a bass cab.
Makes sense.
And dude, I just remember trying it one time because the Kemper like doesn't have set ohms. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, I want to put it into two cabs and see how that feels if we can like put them on opposite sides of the room. And we had my guitar cab, and at the time it was Nikki's bass cab. Mm-hmm. And we were listening to both of them. I was like, this sounds fucking like gross through the bass cab. It's so heavy.
Yeah.
Like, and I've heard mixed reviews. A lot of people like comment like how like full it sounds, and I feel like that. But I've had other people that it's too bass heavy.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you're playing in drop tuning also, so
dude, it's just speakers. Like that's just the way my tone is. Like,
Yeah.
it's just 10-inch instead of 12-inch. Like I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's anything to be said about like the coloring on it. If anything, I feel like bass speakers would do less coloring than guitar speakers.
Yeah.
And running a cab sim through bass speakers makes more sense.
Oh, so you're running the sim through those speakers also?
I run the cab sim through the bass speakers. Yeah.
Okay.
You get this talk stuff? What they're saying, do you get it?
It's all going past me.
Okay, cool.
I turned my cab sim
Sweet.
off
Thinking
and
about
run
it,
through an
thinking about
orange.
When I play through
Yeah.
the Marshall, the guitar cab, I turn the cab sim off.
Okay.
But I do the cab sim through the bass cab. And dude, it just makes it sound like I have two cabs worth of like full attack
That's sick.
without having to carry another cab around. So thank you, Josh. I guess that's a good fucking a good way to do that. But that's it. Just like 7-string into a Kempe, into a bass cab. And then we have like a backtrack live rig
Okay.
that is like, it's just a rack with our in-ears, an interface, and an iPad. We do all our backtracking on an iPad on Logic for the iPad. And like a quick little drum module for like kick triggers.
I didn't realize you guys were running backtracks too.
With this basically that all of last year, minus our like first show in January. Mm-hmm. We didn't really tell anybody, and then we had people come up after we were playing, because I think we played like Chain like 2 or 3 times. It wasn't too many smaller places that we played last year, or places that didn't have like a PA.
Right.
And you're just like, I don't know what the difference is, but like you guys sound better. Like,
Yeah.
and it's just,
It makes it sound huge.
it's the backtrack guitar, it's the automated sound clips, it's the bass drops like all on their own, and like just get in, dude, press play, and
Yeah. And your
I
whole
feel-
set's mapped out for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even like the musical interludes, like that kind of shit, like that was something we always talked about doing and never really implemented, because vocalists need a break in between songs. you
Yeah,
know?
it's appreciated when that happens.
So to have to try to talk and entertain the crowd in between songs, I'm sure like that gets tiring. So
Yeah.
we finally introduced something like that, and it's like Ghost Guitar 2, basically like my other guitar track from the album. Mm-hmm. Since I put 2 tracks in, my other guitar track from the album coming through the PA. I'm obviously playing through my cab, but it allows me to do like layering and shit like that you can't
That's cool.
do without having another guy.
Yeah.
But I don't want another fucking guy.
Yeah.
I want to sound like I have another guy without having to deal with another guy. You know what I mean?
I'll do it, okay? Just fucking leave me alone.
Yeah. No, I think it's worked out in our favor, man. And
Yeah.
and to have the clicks in your ear and like all that stuff. It just makes everything super sick. You don't have to hit a cymbal count into every song.
Mm-hmm.
You just have all of a sudden that wall of sound, and I think people appreciate that. People appreciate that it just starts.
Do you guys do your do you guys actually voice count-ins on your click track?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching I think it was a While She Sleeps video where they were showing what their in-ear track sounds like, and you hear like right before like a big solo part, you'll hear like, you know, they're playing, and then you'll hear 4, 3, 2, 1, and then everything.
You mean actual?
Yeah, somebody's actually in there, like they program it into their in-ears.
That's funny. No, so it's not a vocal count in. It's like
Beep,
just
boop,
regular
boop,
clicks.
boop,
Yeah.
Okay.
Beep, boop,
But
boop,
on our in-ear, we have the one guitar for reference and then clicks. And like what'll happen is like we have the sound clip intro and then like an 8 count before stuff comes in.
Okay.
So it's like all this intro. It's like, well, how are we going to come in perfectly on time? 8 count. Bam.
Yeah.
Come in.
Sick.
You know, in between songs, the click goes away, but it will ramp back up for an 8 count into the next song.
Okay. Yeah, I think eventually we plan to put together an in-ear rig, because I'm going fractal, because our other guitar player is running a fractal right now. I wanted to go quad cortex, but nobody likes to listen to me. But then and same thing, like we're gonna map everything, but we're playing like our slowest songs at like 170. Everything else is like 185, 2 something. So everything's just fucking
Just all the time.
super fast click all the time.
We have breakdowns that are like 90. Like 100.
Fucking love that.
It gets grindy. You know, did you say X Burrito X or Burrito X Burrito King?
Burrito King.
Okay, yeah, Josh. I was like, fuck, I wonder if that was Ezra, because this is like X Burrito X.
Yeah, it's Burrito X King. What are you running? Drum kit.
Pearl Export with a Joey Jordison signature snare and Meinl cymbals.
Sick. Hell yeah. From our boy Dansaw. For you mostly. Why are you so goddamn sexy playing these beefcake breakdowns?
That's kind of a funny comment, because going back to like me talking to him about TC on the way over, I'm like, he's way more handsome than he sounds. Like Mike is a handsome man.
That's amazing.
No, dude, just I do my best. I try to be like you, Papa.
Doesn't take very much effort. We're just all dirtbags out here. All right. So we're gonna break this up to both of you guys. This is from Ty. For you, top 3 guitar influences, and then for you, top 3 drum influences. And then overall, Drift Life Dad also asked, what are your greatest musical influences? So we'll just blanket that on top of it as well.
Jeff knows all my favorite bands. Well, that's a good one for Avi.
The main 2 reasons why I'm a drummer is Joey Jordison and the Rev.
Sick.
If I were to throw in a third, Sean Cameron. That guy's a beast.
You all right over there, Jesse? Sick.
You know what, dude? Like, I feel like as a guitarist, people always ask you who's your favorite guitarist, and like,
Yeah. It's hard to say.
it's hard to answer, man. Like, if I had to point at like any like one random dude that's like a super sick guitarist, but it's not what I sound like.
Yeah.
And it's not what my shit sounds like, but I'd say like, you know, Angel Vivaldi's super sick.
He's rad.
I love all the stuff that he does.
Have you seen him dancing, playing his guitar in that most recent video?
No, but I bet you it's
He's fucking
great.
shredding, doing a full-on choreographed like dance with like 16 dancers behind him.
Dude,
Unreal.
have you seen the Crystal Planet cover with Dan Sugarman? Mm-mm. So that video is like some comedy put in, and like they're doing a Satriani song, and so they're like stealing the cable back and forth from each other and like plugging it in to do the part of the solo.
That's sick.
And then he's like looking at his nails or some shit, and someone comes to fuck with him, and he like busts open a knife, and he's just like not even like paying attention to him, just like flips this knife open, and they like fuck off.
Yeah. I love that.
I think that like I can narrow it down to bands, right?
Okay.
Maybe not guitarists, but I'd say like 3 bands that made me want to do stuff is like AFI, like old school AFI, like Shut Your Mouth and Open Your Eyes is like one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yeah.
They did a 25th anniversary like release of hoodies with the album cover. And I bought one for me and my best friend. It's fucking
Sick.
it's my favorite thing right now. Bad Religion.
Okay.
Again, no, I don't sound like any of this shit.
I was about to say, like, these are punk bands.
But it's, dude, you guys talk about skate, but like, I don't look like the dude, but every year my Spotify #1 skate punk.
Hell yeah.
You know, so like those 2 are what made me really want to pick up a guitar and do stuff with it. And there are heavier bands that got me into heavier stuff, but like I would say the initial feeling of like, yo, I need to do this, and the stuff I was trying to play first was like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And as far as like metal stuff, like obviously like Suicide Silence and like Winds of Plague and a lot of these 2007, 2008, 2009 bands like really influenced me greatly. But I couldn't throw any of them in my top 3 either. I think if I were to round it out, it'd be like Black Dahlia.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like AFI, Bad Religion, and Black Dahlia.
Black Dahlia.
We don't sound like any of these bands, but they all like invoked feelings of like wanting to do stuff and wanting to learn this shit and like wanting to like figure myself out.
Okay. Yeah, A5 for me was really big. Answer That, Stay Fashionable was like
Fantastic.
big for me.
Fantastic album.
And then
That was the one that was like mostly skate punk, right?
yeah, and then
Super early on, right?
yeah, and then I just like I don't know how I feel like you were old enough to when Black Sails came out and just how it just changed. Everyone just changed overnight.
Yeah.
Everyone started having black nail polish and shit, and
Yeah.
All Hollows and like all that.
Got a little more goth overnight.
yeah,
I definitely like place myself like squarely in the root of like Shut Your Mouth and Open Your Eyes. It's like the hardcore album.
yeah.
Right? Before they started doing the like horror punk, like Misfits vibe kind of shit. And like that's all cool too, but that's like that was towards the end for me.
Yeah.
You know, I seen A5 for the first time. It was the first time I saw two-stepping, and I remember being like, "This skanky?
Yeah. What is that?
What?
Fuck is this shit?
What's happening? They still play some of their old shit, which is tight.
Dude.
I've seen videos of like Miss Murder era where he's like all in the white and stuff, playing like 000. I'm like, sick. You guys still play this? Like, I want to go to an A5 show. I've never been in a position to do it, but I swear to God, bucket list one of these days. And I hope they play just one throwback for me, dude. I'd be so happy.
The best. So my favorite A5 experience was Art Adriani had just come out, so it was the album release for that, but they still played a ton of old shit, and it was at the Glass House.
Oh yeah, I've seen a bunch of shit from them in Corona, like back in the day too.
Yeah, Showcase. Yep.
Oh, dude. Sick. All right. Also from Ty.
Wait.
You-
Who were your musical influences?
I already said them.
Yeah, he went first.
Did
Yeah.
you?
Pay attention, fool.
Oh, dude.
Well, I guess you could give your influences band wise. Like
That's what
you
I
went
meant.
just drummers, but like
That's what I meant.
some of your top bands.
Oh God, it's always changing.
What is it today? That's how I
hard,
feel.
dude.
Yeah,
That's hard though.
It's a hard question to answer because I'm the same way. It always changes.
Like favorite bands right now. Mark of the Altar, they're fucking killing it. Reminiscence. Been really big on Psycho Frame.
Sick.
They go fucking crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Been listening to like a lot of old Suicide Silence lately, which like I'm always fucking doing, but I've noticed I've been doing it more because I just got the cleansing tattooed right here.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's all I can really say off the top of my head. Carnifex, because I fucking love Carnifex.
Slow Death was such a great album.
Yeah,
Perfect album.
dude. That band ripped.
I put up I made a story about it because this last Friday, I'm in a punk band called Burner State, and we started more like a pandemic band, you know, and I've been in No Bragging Rights since 1999, long time, and in my post I put I've been in No Bragging Rights forever. Like we've toured forever, but it's Burner State, my skate punk band, that plays with Suicide Silence.
Yeah. Wild.
Like,
I don't know if I ever told the story. Suicide Silence caused a breakup in like one of my longest running relationships. Not the band themselves, but I remember there was a time when Creative Void was like doing like a ton of shit, and Jake had texted us like, "Hey, we have this potential offer on the table to do a run with Suicide Silence," and we like immediately said yes. We were like,
Yeah.
"Yep, absolutely. I'll quit my job. I don't care.
Oh,
Right?
my job.
I'll quit my job."
That was the correct answer.
And then like it didn't. I forget what happened. It didn't go through, and then Jake and I ended up doing Warped Tour. At the time, I told the girl that I was dating, was like, "Hey, like, I can't do this." Like she wanted to go to Italy on vacation or something like that, and I was like, "I can't do this vacation with you because we're gonna be touring," and that was like the last straw. Like, oh, what? Like, we've had this vacation plan. I'm like, but you don't understand. Like this,
We can go
this
to
tour
Italy
is
anytime.
this tour
Italy's
be
gonna be there.
huge for us, and it's like, and that's when like, that was, like everybody that's played in a band has gone through a breakup because of a band. But I think that was like one of the most like the biggest deal breakups where I was like, oh yeah, this isn't going to work. We're not going to be together after this. And tour didn't happen, but we still broke up.
if you're gonna, well, think about it this way.
It's okay. It's all right.
But also, it's like, I mean, especially at the time, like what, you can't go bigger almost than that at that moment. So it's like, if you're getting mad about this,
Yeah.
probably literally the biggest opportunity we could ever get, like
Yeah.
at this moment, then
Then I don't know what to tell you.
yeah.
What year
Yeah.
did this happen?
This was 2010.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was like, I mean,
Yeah.
going back, I still would have made the same decision.
They were like the biggest band in deathcore.
Yeah,
You
it's
know what I
like-
mean? Like, how do you?
This was like the end of had to be the end of 2009 going into 2010.
Yeah, so it's like right after No Time.
This would have been going on tour, but then people came to the shows.
Yeah. Yeah. This would have been like, hey, we're that opening band, but there's still people there.
Yeah,
type of-
you're still playing, even though for the opening, you're an opening band. You're still playing for more people than you've ever played with.
Yeah.
At whatever stage you're at.
But I just clearly remember that, like, that there was the offer. I brought it to my girlfriend. We were not together after that because
Dude.
it wasn't going to work out. So,
And like, I'm gonna take that to segue. Like, shout out to my fiance Esther, who puts up with all this shit. She wants to go to every show. I'm like, stop. It's the same stuff. Like, you've heard it. Like, but she's so supportive about all that, and that's such a huge like thing. It's like
Good, man.
get girls that'll fucking deal with you.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And I think also the big thing is getting girls that understand the life.
Yeah.
Or boys, however you decide to lean. As I point at Mike. But yeah, like just having a partner that understands like that if I have to miss an event or your aunt's birthday party or something like that, like it's not personal, right? Like this is what we do. And like we can't, a lot of times you can't really choose when the shows are going to happen, when these shows are going to come through, when we're going to be doing this stuff. So it's like super important to have somebody that understands that and isn't like, what the fuck, dude? Because
Yeah.
Oh, I want to throw my this weekend. So
yesterday,
yeah. So, but it ended up being it's funny because like I don't know if this is just like in the past, I'm trying to think of my wife, and like so I told her, I was like, hey, gonna be heading to do some stuff with Easy Out, and so I'll just like I'll go with you to church and I'm gonna take off, and then that way you can, in my mind I'm like, that way she can go to lunch with her friends, she can go to the beach with her friends, like that way she has to come and do the TikTok promo shit we're gonna do. And so that's what I told her. I was like, hey, this is what I'm doing, and so she was like bummed out about it, and I was like, oh man, she already gonna get mad about this
like
stuff?
really?
And she's like, but she was upset because she wanted to come, And I was like, oh. I was
that's
like,
a different kind of
Yeah, it's a different kind of bug.
yeah. I was like, oh. I was like, dude, yeah, no, come. I was like, I was thinking about you. And she's like, no, I want to come with you. I want to see this stuff. I was like, well, then, yeah, fucking, yeah, let's go.
Cool, sick.
Yeah. So, anyway, so yeah, having someone supportive it's
It's a big deal.
it's a huge deal.
I feel like it's more realistic for dudes like our age too, though. Like I feel like for Avi to like find a girl that's his age,
Yeah.
they're not going to be about it.
They're not going to be about it.
They're not going to be about it. They're not going to like be. I think have that like growth and understanding yet. Like
Yeah.
that's not to say they don't exist, but I think the vast majority of them like are going to want to consume a lot more of your time.
I think it's another thing too is like
You're fucked, dude. Sorry.
somebody said this shit like
Oh, well.
like a lot of people like the idea of dating somebody
Right.
that's in a band,
They don't like the reality.
but the reality
So
of
it
it
still
sucks.
interferes with real life shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think some musicians like the idea of being in a band. They don't like the reality of
Facts.
fucking
100%.
facts.
what it requires. You know?
Until you realize that you're gonna go on tour and you're gonna play to like 3 kids a night, and that just is what it is. It's a reality check once you leave your hometown and then there's no kids showing up. You're like, oh,
Or like when you're playing in front of, like 20 people in a different state, which is rad, but you're missing one of your good friend's wedding, and you're like,
yeah,
this is okay.
Yeah, that does suck, dude.
Or
Can't-
funerals.
Oh, you can't get that kind of shit back. Like the Italy vacation, you can fucking do that.
do that anytime.
Like shit like that. That's tough, dude.
Yeah. I remember we were like somewhere East Coast, I bet, but my one of my aunts had passed away, and so it's like talking to my parents, and I was like, hey, do I need to come back for this? And I remember my mom being like, she's like, no, she's like, you guys are in the middle of this. She's like, there's nothing, she's gone. Like, what are you gonna come back for? Like, she would have liked for you to kept doing this. Like, you're finally doing this. So like, stay out there basically. And so I was kind of nice to hear from like my mom to be like, no, like family knows what you're doing, and we know that you'd want to be here, but she's not here anymore. So it's like,
dude, I had that happen to me. Did I tell the story on the podcast, Jesse? My grandpa, yeah. 2006, we played, I think it was Death Fest with Suicide Silence, Whitechapel at Galaxy Theater. And my grandpa was in the hospital. Everybody had flown in. They knew he was going to pass. And I was like, do I cancel this show? And my dad's like, no, play the show. So we went to play the show. And our drummer, playing in Santa Ana, he forgot his throne at home. Didn't want to borrow anybody else's throne. He had to play his throne because that's the way he played. So he had to drive back to get his throne. And then we're stuck in traffic. And then my dad calls me. I was like, hey, pretty much like your grandfather's about to pass or whatever. And they gave the phone to him. And so me, my girl at the time, the one that didn't make it after the suicide silence thing. I say didn't make it like she died. So bad. So it was, like she was sitting in the front seat of my truck. Our drummer's in the back seat. He's fucking asleep. And I like tell my grandfather that I love him. And then he dies on the phone with me. And I'm stuck in traffic. And I'm like fucking like, I had a moment where I was just like, my girl's crying, like I'm crying. And then we get off and I just had to like, all right, cool, we're going to play the show.
Stone face.
Yeah, stone face, got up, went to play the show. And then our drummer wakes up. He's like, oh, we're here already? I was like, fuck you. Like, fuck you. And then afterwards,
you shut the fuck up for the next hour.
and then I didn't tell him because I just like I wasn't in the headspace to tell him. And then my girlfriend told the rest of the guys in the band. And then after the show, he was like, I was wondering why everybody seemed so tense in the car. I was like, what the fuck? So, but yeah, it's definitely like it's weird when it's like, well, we have a show to play. We have to do this tonight, but there's real life shit going on. It's like real life shit going on without you.
Yeah.
And you're just like seeing it happen, but it is what it is.
Dude, I'm like close to my family, and I had close to my cousins, and I had two sets of cousins that were like little girls. Basically, they were like junior high, entering high school, and then when I was done touring, they were grown ass women.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, fuck, I missed that. My
I'm
cousin,
surprised, dude.
same thing. My cousin was a little boy, and then done touring.
he's a
and he's
man.
like, yeah, he's like graduating college. You know, he's graduating college. I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and you're around for a little bit, but it's like I miss a lot.
Yeah.
It's like a trade-off of memories,
Yeah.
right? You get all that shit from the road, but you give it up all the shit from home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to touring.
Dude, touring
really.
as an adult now is like rough,
Touring
dude.
is rough now.
Well-
But it's different now. I really think that touring is going to become like unattainable for a lot of people. Because it's like financially, it doesn't make sense to tour. It really doesn't make sense to tour.
And long touring isn't like much of a thing anymore.
Do week runs, call it a day. Do weekenders.
Weekend Warriors.
I just want to go out and play a couple shows or like play a big festival out of state. Like I'm not really trying to be gone
Fly
for
out, fly
a
back.
month.
Yeah. That's the move.
Dude, my back hurts if I sleep wrong. Like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to live in a van, dude? And I
Dude.
hate my life.
Dude, oh man, this is gonna sound so bad, but we did our most recent Australia tour. We had hotels every night, which we've never.
That's such a luxury.
It's such a luxury, and I remember like, but I'm also like, I was like 39 or, but it was a luxury, but it was also like my mindset was still in my 20s, my 30s to be like, why the fuck are you sore right now?
Yeah.
Why are you fucking tired? Like, wake up, dude. I would like get mad at myself and being like, you slept in a bed, you pussy. Like,
Stop being a bitch.
yeah, you're being a little
You didn't have to
bitch
sleep
right
on the van floor.
now. Dude, I was like talking not nice to myself, but I was like, how am I so tired? And I'm like slept in an actual bed tonight.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, that TC show, there was a hotel room, but there was one bed. There's
only one bed.
9 dudes.
Yeah. So
who got the bed?
Dude, I was like leaning on the floor against the wall.
me and Dan went back down to the van and slept in the van.
Yeah, I think Gilly slept on the half couch. That couldn't have been comfortable.
Nope.
And then I don't know who was in bed with Jake.
Small student bang.
Who was in the bed with
I should
you?
have climbed into bed with Jake.
You might as well have.
I fucking should have, dude.
Yeah.
97.
Oh, is there?
No.
Is there
No.
97?
No,
different.
different Gilly.
Gilly, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that guy.
My bad. Thought I'd ask.
It's a yeah.
Is there another Gilly?
Yeah, there is.
Gilbert.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
from
but his Instagram is Gilly Schmurda or something like
one
that.
from 97
okay.
minutes.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
sick, dude.
Yeah, he's a cool
They
dude.
could just go
I played
by
so many
Gil
shows
Gilbert.
with them, but like we've just never really talked that much.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for this podcast because this podcast. I'm saying I'm an introvert, so like, if I love, come up to me, talk to anyone, love it, but like
You won't go out of your way
I
to talk
won't,
to people.
I won't, and it's like I'm not trying to make a dick or anything. It's just like that's just not like my personality, and
Yeah.
it's really weird.
I feel like I'm the same way too. A lot of people think I'm just like an asshole or like I hate people.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, it's
just
just, like, the things
really
to
fucking
say
quiet.
and, like-
Well, yeah, that's part of it too. But just really fucking quiet, and when things come out of my mouth, it's really rude and disrespectful.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, but this podcast has been really helpful for that because then you get to like talk to guys and meet them, and then so like for me it's been nice. I'm like, oh fuck, now I don't feel weird being like, yo, what's up, guy that I've seen at every show, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you 14 times. What's
Yeah.
your name? Nice to meet you.
We really started this podcast just so we can make conversation with the people we see all the time.
and hopefully someday we'll get guest listed to the show.
It only took me 125 episodes to get on this.
I know, right? I feel like we asked you really early on too, like, "Yo, come get on the podcast," and we're like,
Just never managed.
Yeah.
Should have. Yeah.
In fairness, he was probably like,
Like,
wait,
fuck these
let me
guys,
see
yeah.
until you
Nah,
guys fucking
not
figure
even.
shit out.
"Make it past 5 episodes and we'll talk."
Don't pay me like that.
Oh man! All right, let's see. If you once again from Ty, if you guys got a phone call for a 1-month tour that starts tomorrow, which 4 bands would you want? That's a hard question, Ty.
Ty, that's how you lose friends.
A 1-month tour. Who would you want to spend a month on the road with?
I want to be thinking about the homies, so I'm gonna think about like bands that I know personally.
Yeah.
So definitely would go with Reminiscence, Cultist, Mark of the Altar. One other band. Oh God, why am I blanking now? Fuck, we'll put a big band in there. Carnifex.
Sick.
That's a sick tour.
That'd be stacked.
We played shows with Cultists. We played shows with Remy. I haven't played shows with Mark yet, but I hope it comes sometime
Dude,
soon.
I'd
You
love
know,
to see that.
I'm really stoked on what Maddie's doing.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool. I'm gonna be complete opposite of what he just said. I'm gonna say like Peeling Flesh, Snuffed on Sight, and Tsunami.
Sick.
And you said 4?
Yeah.
Fuck, Ingested, because why not?
Sick.
That's a pretty ignorant lineup. Where's it at? Like midnight hour?
Dude, wherever they will
Pure
take us.
violence, dude.
Wherever they'll take
Wherever
us.
they'll take us.
Oh my god, if that was at midnight hour.
That'd be wild.
murder.
Wild.
We had Steven on, and he was telling us about the fucking Knock Loose show at midnight hour, the surprise
Yeah,
one.
before
Oh,
they,
shit,
before they
that's
announce
right.
it.
We're like, he's like, this isn't gonna air, and I trust you guys.
Yeah.
He told us, we're like, fuck.
Yeah, he showed us that lineup. We were like, oh my God, that's going to be insane.
Yeah.
That show was insane.
Yeah,
It went off. Sold out in like 3 seconds.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Knock Loose is like the biggest thing on the planet.
Dude, it was Knock Loose, Twitching Tongues.
Ooh. Oh yeah,
yeah.
Was it that whole Misfit set that they did? Because I saw them do some shit like that.
Was it?
recently at the midnight hour.
Maybe it was, but it was
That
like,
was a different show.
Might have been a different show.
it was a fucking stacked lineup. Like, who else was on that fucking show? Hold on. I got to look it up because now I got...
That's his one.
The Tismus.
That's like me, dude. If I'm like, oh, I have a picture of this, let me show you, and then like I have to like fucking go through my phone.
For like 4 hours trying to
I
find
like
that fucking...
disappear from all conversation until I find it.
Dude, it was... All right. It was a surprise show that they announced the day before. Knocked Loose, Twitching Tongues, Beyond Repair, Mongrel, and Cosmic Joke.
Wow.
Yeah.
Could have been Iron Rule, dude. What the fuck?
Fucking gnarly.
That's super sick. They're such an anomaly, dude.
Yeah.
They can do no wrong right now.
It's wild because like that band from a like music perspective, like it shouldn't just based on like the way that music has gone, it shouldn't be as huge as
That's
it
the
is.
thing, dude. It's
Right?
like
It shouldn't be fucking
it's
massive.
an anomaly. They're doing like more than like Taylor Swift right now, dude. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I just saw them at the Shrine. It was fucking nuts. They had,
You went to that show? It was like
I-
6,500 people or something like that.
was it 6,500?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
I think so.
Dude, I saw them at Fox Pomona with Kubla Khan.
Oh, I was at that show.
That was a gangster show. And Movements. My girl's a huge Movements fan.
yeah.
That was like a weird thing where like we came together. She really wanted to see Movements. I'm like, I really want to see the other two.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
That was a fun show.
It was a great show.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that band is like... well, even when we were getting ready to release that first Easy Out single, we had hit up Jake, Pure Noise Jake, and he's like, guys, I'm dealing with like the biggest release that
Go
Pure
with
Noise has
It's ever
had.
done, yeah.
He's like, go away, leave me alone.
Go away.
Okay, thanks, Dad, we love you. But like just seeing that huge response. I mean, they were on fucking Times Square, like billboards and shit. Like that's insane.
It's a trip.
When did that album drop?
Like a month ago.
The
Whoa.
newest one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a month ago.
Yeah, it was
Pretty
like a
recent.
I think
So-
I think it's part of why you couldn't come to the wedding. I think it's part of why you couldn't come to the wedding.
Yeah, because it legit dropped the week that we dropped Somewhere in Between. I'm pretty sure.
They played it at Sick New World.
Yeah. And Karima went to Sick New World right after the wedding.
It's in that like Poppy on there and all that shit.
I want to toss something out there. It's going to be controversial. Laugh tracks, right? Oblivion's Peak is the hardest song. Everybody talks about Counting Worms, dude, but like all you guys that haven't listened to that album, go put Oblivion's Peak on.
Dude.
Repeat. Put it on repeat.
That's one of the first that's one of the first records I've listened to start to finish in a while.
Yeah.
I
It had
ran
that power, dude.
Yeah, I ran it front to back a couple times. I was like, fuck, this
Yeah.
rips. So then I'm like, why don't we sound like this? We should do heavier stuff.
Thing about Knock Loose though is they're constantly evolving,
Yeah.
They have that Bring Me the Horizon effect. Like every album's different.
but it still sounds like Knock Loose.
Yeah. It still has that vibe. But then again, when you have a vocalist that sounds that wildly original. Like,
Dude, it's like he gets more high pitched. I'm like, I figured it. I figured it would like get dirtier, lower pitched as he gets older. But like, listen to like Small Victories. And like listen to some of the stuff on laugh tracks, and then listen to the new stuff. It's like, how are you higher pitched?
Dude, he's doing gutturals on stage now.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
Because the guitarist used to do the gutturals, right?
Yeah.
I think he's still Isaac.
I
I think he still does some too.
He still does gnarly lows, but I saw some footage. I think Breakdown King posted it. It was Brian doing a guttural, and I was like, oh shit.
And
Okay,
like just
Brian.
now,
Finally.
this is the era of Isaac just wearing the biggest pants possible too. On stage with like, these massive ass jinkos and shit. Big pants, small shirts.
Dude, we were talking about the '90s. Dude, Jinkos are coming back.
Dude, I was saying like every time I drop off the 14-year-old now at school, I'm like, all these fucking kids look like I dressed back in high school. She's like, no, they don't. You didn't dress like that. Swear to you, I did. Swear to you, I did.
Could have bust out that ball bearing necklace.
Yeah, dude. It's just too small for my fucking neck.
Like, you just-
Make sure it didn't happen.
Dude, you got a man neck now, dude.
Next year, you show up in the gear, dude. Take you to school. I'll walk you to class.
Dude, okay, I'm gonna admit something to you guys. Because we have a video shoot on Wednesday night, and I was like, oh, let me go buy something to wear for this video shoot. I tried on some baggier pants, and I was like, this is not for me. It's not for me. It just felt so uncomfortable, like covering most of my shoe with pants. I was like, I can't do it. Can't do it.
Put on the husky fit, the husky jeans.
I got the straight fit jeans. I didn't go slim. It was just like straight. And I was like,
Slim straights.
yeah.
That's where it's at.
I was like, this is not for me. I just can't do it. I tried. I even tried rolling them so that they would just like sit higher and you can see my ankles. Nope.
Dude, I don't even like wearing jeans anymore, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm mostly, if I have to wear pants, I'm in like joggers.
Yeah. Yeah. As much as possible, joggers or shorts.
Yeah, same.
So
I have a bunch of, I guess technically they're called stadium shorts. Like the sweats shorts.
yeah. See,
Like 300 days of the year, I'm in those fucking things.
I try to rock the sweat shorts, but I have a small penis. So so, it doesn't, gray sweatpants season is not a gift for me.
What's that meme? It's like gray sweatpants are for dudes with dicks, not
Yeah.
peepees.
1000%. All right. I think we have one more question.
All right.
Here. Do you guys have any pre-show routines that you guys do?
I haven't even played a show yet.
Yeah, that's a rough. I mean, what would you do with Atrocitus though? Do you guys have something?
No, we didn't have anything. Like, I would stretch.
At least you do that.
Yeah. Grab the stakes, do like twisty, that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that. Make sure I was nice and limber to do double kick and all that stuff. And I get it. You got to keep your body in shape. I work Not Scary Farm every year. And after every weekend, it's like, everything hurts. I don't want to get out of bed.
So do you have the knee pads? Do you go like
I'm not.
slide?
I slide for fun. I'm not a slider there.
Okay.
What, is that something you want to be?
Promotion.
Because it's like you have to like be promoted, right? To do something like that. Isn't that what it is?
Sliding is one of those things that it's like there's a lot of sliders at Scary Farm. I'm really in no rush to be sliding while scaring, but the character that I'm part of a drum line, so I get to do something that I've been doing, I think, as long as I've been scaring, because like I did home haunts as a kid.
Wait, what is home haunts?
Like haunted houses in people's backyards,
Oh.
like that type of stuff.
There's like I show up to people's houses and just haunt them for like a month.
Yeah.
They'll build like whole ass mazes in their backyards with like sets and props and everything.
Oh.
He's like, my favorite thing to do is make kids shit themselves.
Yeah.
No, exactly. No, it means more to me to be a drummer at Scary Farm because there's only like 7 of us, but there's like 100 sliders.
Okay. Sick.
Sick. So next year when we go and we hear the drums, we'll know it's you.
Come to Camp Snoopy. That's where you'll find me.
Hell yeah.
He's literally scaring kids. You're in the kids area.
Yeah, this is the fucking fun
Yeah, but
zone, dude.
Hell yeah.
Not during Scary Farm, dude.
He just waits for all the like adults to pass by. That little 6-year-old right there. I'm gonna fuck them up.
Now you're making it weird, man. No, it turns scary just like the rest of the park. Like during the day, it's spooky farm and they're giving out candy and stuff. But then once the sun goes down, it's like just pure fucking
Better
shenanigans.
get the fuck out of there, kids.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Can you give us any like stories of things you've either seen or heard that have gone down during Not Scary Farm?
Oh God.
Like, is there anything that you can say with like Johnny? Because like Johnny
Yeah.
Plague's been doing.
Yeah,
this shit for years.
my first
Is
year.
he still there?
He's part of creative. He designs
Okay.
mazes.
Is Mike? Do you know Mike Beggs?
Yes, I know Beggs.
Does he still do it?
No, he retired in 22, but I don't know what's going on with Beggs. He does his Twitch streams and he talks to his Ghost Town friends, and I don't know if he's teasing a return or what. But how do you know Beggs?
Well, I know.
Music.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because he's from, or he was from like the San Diego scene, and my ex from like way back in the day, she was like part of that San Diego hardcore scene, and so I just knew him. I don't even know if he knew me, but I knew him just because like, one, he was like a really gnarly mosher, like he was. It's funny
I
now.
believe it.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was pretty gnarly, but and then since then, I feel like I've just bumped into him on tour and stuff. Like he's gone out with bands and stuff. Yeah, it's funny. I don't even know that I've ever had like an actual conversation with him other than just being like in circles with him.
That makes sense.
But I knew that I knew that he did that for a while.
Yeah, because he's besties with Plague.
Okay.
Yeah, because they were scaring together. But to go back on like crazy stories and shit, in Camp Snoopy we have this thing called Shenanigans Sunday, where we just like we're scaring, but also we're just like pulling off like random BS. So when I'm not doing like my drumline stuff, I brought out a cowbell.
Nice.
And I had another scare that we would just do jam sessions together. Like he had a recorder, and then another guy he got a one of those Aztec death whistles, and then one night he brought a mandolin, and we would just like do medieval versions of like modern songs. Like
I love that.
Tequila was a popular one. We did All Star.
Sick.
What else?
And this is like while the park is open, while people are.
Yeah, dude, shenanigans.
Hell yeah, dude.
Why not?
I love that. That's sick.
How often? Sorry, I'm like going off.
You're good, dude.
How often is there like has it been like altercations where like somebody like swinging on someone?
Every year I've always had like just one like incident like that. It's nothing been like major to the point where like I've had to leave in an ambulance or anything. But shoot, I'm trying to remember.
Or have you like been there or like when like someone either a coworker or like I don't know. I feel like it's just such a like I feel like shit almost went down when I was there. I only go once every I don't even know, a couple years.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always been like I felt like there's always like tension at some point.
I haven't been to Knott's in a minute. Not Scary Farm, at least.
So I'm trying to remember stuff off the top of my head, but also like I don't want to like call my friends out like, oh yeah, my friend did this and they had to like leave in a wheelchair or something like that. I'm like, that's not my place to say.
Yeah.
But like I have seen my fair share of crazy.
We'll talk off camera. We'll come back.
What about you? Pre-show warm-ups.
Honestly, no ritual, man.
Yeah.
Just you just like get up there and you feel the. There's always anxiety, right?
Yeah.
And then like.
Are you
It's
the
like, okay.
whole day guy, or are you like right before you go up?
Right before, and you start playing and it melts off.
Yeah.
But like it's like especially now setting up the live rig, it's like now I got to go up there and fucking make sure all of this shit works.
Yeah, you guys got a
and
lot
my
going.
guitar stuff
Yeah.
in a 15-minute span or whatever, and like it gets tense, but like you feel it go away. But no, I've never had like a real like ritual or like anything. Just like try to stretch a little bit. for a long time it was like, don't listen to metal on the way to a metal show.
Yeah.
And that was like a couple of my friends like always talked about that, but it just comes on, man.
Yeah.
That was what I would do is I would listen to metal on the way to a show, no matter if I was playing or what, to hype me up. And then after the show, I would just like find some random shit that's not metal.
Yeah, decompress. Get
Like
this shit out.
I have a playlist of like non-metal songs that I like.
Just drive in silence.
Dude,
But it's never silence. It's always
Dude, our post show music was always like Sade, or like
Paramore.
or something, some palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Jesse J.
Jesse J.
Anyway,
Sick.
oh, and then there's that one from our buddy Justin Picon, named Rocky. He
Oh, I
said-
know Justin.
Yeah, he said that's the homie Avi.
Hi, Justin.
I didn't know Justin.
So before I got into metal and specifically the core scene, I went to ska shows with my dad.
Oh, what?
Sick.
So there used to be shows at Out of the Park Pizza in Anaheim, and they had like a small little patio stage, and I think like shows were free. But he would take me to those when I was like 11, 12, 13.
Oh, yeah.
Like there were ska shows that happened at House of Blues, still when it was at downtown Disney. And just right then and there, I would see the people pitting. I was like, I want to do that. So I would be like the little baby in the pit.
skanking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Skanking.
I got my shit rocked a few times at a young age. I remember there was one ska show. I think it was was Codename Rocky? Yeah, Codename Rocky was playing. I can't remember the exact show, but they were just finishing their set and it was going crazy. And I think Justin like jumped down from the stage and like started moshing, and like the next thing I remember, I flew into someone's merch table.
Sick.
So Justin hurt you as a child.
So
I don't think he meant to. That was just like on me for being a little baby in the pit. It's like
Justin said it was an accident.
I'm like 90% sure it was Codename Rocky.
Dude,
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna say it was.
I could love Justin.
Just,
Gonna have
Justin's been
CPS call him up.
been known to leave the stage and pit for a bit.
Yeah.
Beat up kids, you know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a text from him later, like I don't beat up kids.
You wanna jump into the mental health check,
oh yeah,
Mike?
shit, mental health check. Mental health checks. We like to check in weekly, see where we're at mentally, where things are going well, what's going on in our life. But if things aren't going so well, what's going on in our life that is keeping us in a funk. So yeah, I'm gonna have Mike go first because we used to have our guests go first, and then we realized like sometimes after the fact they're like, "Oh, I didn't know that. That's what you guys say." So, Michael, where are you at mentally, dude?
I'm kind of like I've been a little stressed out this week. Mostly because I got a fucking like close to $1,000 water bill. And I was like, is there a leak in the house or like what the fuck happened? And I was trying to figure out what the fuck it was. I called them today and they basically were like, oh, we had issues reading the meters. So, we're going to rebill you and, whatever. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Like that's because I was like doing the math. Like I Googled like the math on it and it was like basically saying I had used 146,000 gallons of water this month. And I was like,
Doing what?
doing what? Like, what am I? That would fill up my whole entire house and the neighbor's house. Like, it doesn't make sense. So I was a little stressed out about that. And then just like some other things that I've had in the works that I'm waiting to get like basically like go aheads and approval on. But on the positive side, we've got some other like projects that we've had kind of that we were waiting to do that we're going to get done. Like we're shooting a video on Wednesday at Program, which is going to be rad. And, just kind of some other things that, like, some things I'm waiting on, other things have fallen into place. So it's been kind of a roller coaster of, like, fuck, I'm stressed out and I have a bunch of anxiety about stuff and whatever. But then at the same time, there's been positive things going on too. So it's kind of like a weird balance.
Dude, are we the same person?
We might be, dude. So yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm in a good place. There's still some things that I'm like a little stressed out about, but I'm keeping it pretty positive that they're all gonna kind of come together. Where are you guys at?
What about Mike, dude?
Yeah, well,
Let's go in clockwise.
Okay.
You want to go this way?
Sure.
Mike's like, I'm good. I got married. I live in LA now. It's fucking awesome.
That's
See?
I just have no money now.
Yeah. It's like I'm just extra broke now.
It's been good. I've been trying to get things. I'm still trying to get things in order. Like, you know, paying car registration and shit, and getting a ticket for it, you know, whatever.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. It's been a pretty chill week. I've been saying it since I moved out there, but like for me, like one of the things that kind of like brings me joy in my life is singing, right? So I have an hour commute to work, and then an hour, sometimes hour and a half commute back home, and so I just sing, like I sing a lot, and so I've been noticing just like a change in my voice just from like having that practice, and so that's been fun, and I feel like it's been keeping me in a good place, but I don't know. I feel like I'm like settled in LA. I live in Santa Monica now, which is a little different
Does
from
that
Riverside.
count as LA, dude?
Yeah, he's a fancy boy.
I mean, it's like a beach city. Like,
You have the Hollywood sign?
do I? No, I don't.
No?
I don't.
Dude, you say I live in LA, I imagine there's like bums peeing outside
Yeah.
the place, not Santa Monica, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we have those.
Like you can't go anywhere in LA without that now.
Yeah, they're in their dirty Air Max shoes and their. Let's get. No, it's a cool area. It's a nice area. You gotta come out yet. I mean, I was
No.
gonna say I was gonna say you haven't come out yet, and then I was like, you should come out yet. Yeah.
I refuse. Out of principle, I refuse.
You know what's funny is going back on these episodes. We listened to your beginning of when you started dating Crema, and how you would fucking leave all the time.
What do you mean?
You'd be gone. I'd be like, we talk about like the weekend. You're like, oh, I went off and did this, and I was like, yeah, I was home. Or like me and Martin hung out. Fucking guy.
Yeah, but you know, like I had my moments, and then I came back. You know what you did?
I'm back. I'm
You
here
moved.
now. I'm here now.
I stay back.
I'm still here. I'm still IE, dude, forever. But yeah, no, doing well. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the things going on are like I want to get a job out there because like I'm commuting right now here, so it's like not ideal. But that's like I guess right now probably the bigger stress, but I'm not. I don't know. I don't. It's weird. Like I don't feel that stress because I really do. Like I like the commute. It's like my singing time and like my catch up time on like all my conspiracies and shit. So
You like the commute with this $5 a gallon bullshit?
it's like 4 something right now. 4.
So you gas up here and not there, right?
Oh,
Yeah, gas about here.
Yeah.
Where it's
Oh, yeah.
$4.89 instead of $5.69.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's a gas station. It's so stupid. There's a gas station out by our place that's usually pretty. It's like the lowest was like 4.30 something.
Dude,
Oh, that's better now.
last time I was in LA, I was in my car and I had to get gas and it was like 6 something. It's like fuck
Gross.
this.
Hell
but
nah.
I put $10 in just to get far enough where the prices dropped.
Dude,
It's stupid.
I said this. Okay, so we all went through the pandemic. Wasn't the most a lot.
Ideal. Yeah.
Yeah,
But the traffic?
dude. No. I know. But for me,
What traffic?
the most angry I was in the entire time, like obviously bad shit happened, but like the most angry I was, I drive a Toyota Camry. It cost me $80 to fill up, and I was at the pump, and I was like, "Fuck you!" I was like, "Fuck this!" Like this is so... I was so fucking mad, dude. I was like, "This is a Camry. It should cost $80 to fill up."
Oh, no.
Damn, that was my
Yeah.
pandemic anger.
Dude, the open freeways were great though. I'll take high gas if everybody fucks off.
Yeah. True.
Like, it's just when it's both that it sucks.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we were like hanging out a ton during that time, and so it's like when the world came back, I'm like, oh yeah, fuck, there's traffic going to Colton now.
Yeah.
But where are you guys at?
I've been stressed.
Yeah.
Just like you, man. Mainly it's been because Scary Farm auditions are right around the corner. And like this goes for like anyone who has done an audition, no matter how many you've done, no matter for what or where, they're always terrifying.
It's nerve-wracking. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've just been like in my own head of like, am I gonna go back to Camp Snoopy? I really want to go back to Camp Snoopy, and just hoping and praying for the best. But I do have a recast audition, which means I am eligible to go back to Camp Snoopy as my original character.
Okay.
So I think that has been a lot more reassuring.
Mm-hmm.
And then also like tattooing, that's coming up on a new month. It's kind of stressful because all through May, I got tattoos like almost every day. Like some homie was coming in getting something done, and I was working for tips at the time, so it was just like whatever they wanted to pay me, and I would give them something cool. But now I've gotten the approval to now charge a flat rate of our shop minimum, and I've been making posts like, hey, I'm now booking for June, stuff like that, and I haven't really gotten many bites, and I'm starting to get worried because I know like I don't have a family to feed or anything, but you know, gas is fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And living in California is fucking expensive. So I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah. And now's like, if anything, a lot less people are getting tattooed right now just because money sucks.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know I haven't been tattooed in a minute. Just, I'm like, well, I got a $1,000 water bill to pay. I can't.
Yeah.
I totally get it because I went to an event on Saturday and a couple of my friends were like, yo, I want to get this tattoo from you, and I'm like, fuck yeah. And just I understand money is tough.
Yeah.
It's a bitch and a half, and I wholeheartedly understand like, hey, not everyone can get tattooed at this time, but it's like
You also got to make a living.
yeah, kind of
Yeah.
dude.
So, feel you on that, man. That's rough.
Just how it be sometimes, you know. No, we have slow seasons and busy seasons. I think we just got out of a busier season because people were getting their tax returns. Now they've used them and they're like, oh shit, I gotta work.
What do you want to say? What shop you work at?
I work at Old Time Tattoo in Fullerton.
Cool.
Sick. Okay.
So if you love American traditional, that's your place.
Sick.
Yeah, I spot a few on you, bud.
Yeah, I got some. I got some gaps in this leg too that I need to fill up.
Oh, my mentor would love you, man.
Yeah.
So you've been stressed. What are some of your ways to like decompress, or like what are your go-tos?
Probably isn't ideal to say, but it's like I smoke weed. Weed helps me chill out. I get it's legal, so it's like there's not really much shame in saying it, and it's California. Like,
At least
yeah.
you didn't say meth.
No.
So.
Hell no, dude.
I just like to just disappear for a couple days.
Sometimes relaxing for me is just sparking up a joint and either watching a movie or hopping on Discord with my friends. And it's super relaxing. It's mainly Scary Farm friends.
Sick.
So we just like get to hop on Discord and just like talk stories about previous seasons or what's going on right now in the community. And it's just been really nice to have those people. Shout out Quattro Cult. I appreciate all of you.
Hell yeah.
There's
Did we just endorse a gang?
Just threw up gang signs.
We're not a gang, I promise. It's just an inside joke.
That's scary form, son.
yeah.
Quattro Col, nah?
Fool.
Hey, fool.
Dude, they retired one of the mazes, right? The shark one, or whatever, or the ocean.
Shark.
The ocean one. I don't know.
Shark maze.
The depths.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it just shut down.
Okay.
There's a shark maze?
There was a shark in the outside of it. Like you know, at the end of Jaws where they catch him and they hang him by a rope, there was like a shark kind of like that by the facade. And then there were like shark people in the maze.
Interessante.
Yeah. The first year I did Haunt, I actually closed out a maze that Johnny Plague made.
Oh, no.
And that was an absolute honor.
Sick. Oh yeah.
That's cool. I don't know. He's so like he designed a maze that was in.
Yeah, he's not scaring anymore, but he's still actively making mazes. He made 2 this past season. Do you remember Cinema Slasher?
Yes.
Yeah, he made that one, and then he collaborated on the anniversary maze.
Which one was the anniversary? Maze?
Chilling Chambers.
Okay.
It was where Pumpkin Eater used to be.
Jesse. Mike goes to Knott's for 1 year, and he's so well versed.
And I know things now.
He's so well versed.
I listen. Everyone thinks I'm like, because I don't do like horror movies. I don't like scary movies and stuff. But I don't know. I liked it. I like that. I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna die here. So, like, if I get touched inappropriately, but you know, that could happen anywhere.
No, nobody would ever do that to
You
you.
gotta pay extra for that, dude.
Cool.
Mike, where are you at?
Same as you, dude. Just like stressed with all the behind the scenes shit of making it all happen.
Yeah.
Plus, like, the drifting season is going on right now, so I'm like, beginning of the month I was in Atlanta.
Yep.
Last week I was in Orlando, or like yesterday I flew back from Orlando last weekend. So, a lot of that going on.
Wait, what's drifting?
Like motorsports, like
Like Fast and Furious.
yeah, I guess it's kind of hard to describe.
You know, cars?
To somebody, yeah.
Cars.
Sideways cars.
Cars.
I learned
Yeah.
about this
Sideways
when the
cars.
car goes sideways.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so that's the industry that I work in.
Okay, cool.
And I've been going to, there's 8 professional rounds in a year throughout the country. So this is the first year that I'm going out to all of them, and it's rad.
You
But
still
it's-
working for the same company?
I think since we last talked, no, I it's been a minute, but
Yeah.
I work for this company, WiseFab,
Sick.
and I've been
It's a big name in the industry.
yeah. If you know, you know what I mean. I don't expect
Yeah.
a lot of people watching this to know because it's a different thing. But I love when there's a little bit of overlap.
Yeah.
But so I used to work for a company called Field Suspension. It was like a coilover company, and I started there in 2016. And about 2 months after I started, we got the contract to distribute WiseFab for the USA. So I had basically been doing this job since 2016. But in September of 22, I decided to step away from my other position. And I actually was going to just go work for another homie shop as a shop manager. And these guys basically were like, are you still open to work with us? And like very short notice, they flew both me and my girl out to Europe, put us up in a nice fucking hotel, gave us a cool rental car. They're like, yo, we're going to meet this day and this day to talk about stuff. And then you have a couple days to do whatever you want. So like, dude, we went to Estonia and we took fucking cool photos and did cool shit for a few days. They made me a dope like contract offer. And I've been doing that ever since, dude. So like,
That's sick.
you know, like basically since mid-October of 22, I've been doing this full time. And again, it's something that I was already doing. So actually like I'm doing less. I'm doing less than I was doing before because before it was 2 jobs. Now it's just like this half of the job. But like I said, now like I'm doing the traveling and stuff, and that's a blessing and it's cool to do. But being on a plane, cause like first weekend of the month I went to Atlanta. Then 2 weeks later we went to New Orleans for her job. Had a convention thing. So, you know, last weekend we came back from New Orleans. I'm home for 4 days and then I got to go to Orlando. And where it is now, in 3 more weeks I got to go to Jersey. And I'm trying to fit like recording stuff and other shit in to that, you know, because everything's a tight timeline and we're like trying to shoot a music video this month and we're trying to finish the other 2 songs. We're trying to figure out whether we're going to do more songs on the EP. And I probably should delegate some of this shit, but I kind of just like I take a lot of it on because I I don't know.
It's a passion project.
I don't know why. Yeah, but I just like I try to do fucking as much as I can, and just coordinating with dudes that have their own lives and their own schedule, with my schedule, which is going to be very tight, basically through the end of October when the season stops. Mm-hmm. It's just like stuff here and there, and like aside from those like 8 rounds, I'm also we sponsor a series that goes throughout California that's 5 rounds. And then I judge another series that's 4 rounds.
Oh, shit.
So, like, that's already, like, 13, 17 weekends. Weekends that I'm tied up. And that's just work, Yeah. There's still, like, the day job part of it. And then there's trying to get shows and trying to get all this other shit done, so.
Not to mention, you also have your cars that you work on.
Yeah, and I want to go drive.
You want to drive.
Like,
yeah.
That's
so
more weekends at the track. Yeah. So
sorry,
you're good, dude.
Keep stepping on your foot.
It's sick. I'm very thankful for it, but it is a lot once you factor like the other shit that you're trying to get done.
Yeah.
I've always kind of like thought about this. Like, I see people that have put more dedication towards one thing, and they do one thing, and they're known for that one thing, and maybe they're a little more successful at that one thing. But I feel like I like too many things.
Yeah, dude.
So like
we're the same person.
So you just get drawn thin one direction, then the other direction, This shit costs money, that shit costs money, time, all of that. But I'm thankful to have these different things at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, if I was just into cars, I wouldn't be hanging out with you guys.
True. Yeah.
If I was just into music, I'd probably be working a bullshit job that's not fucking cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't pay me enough. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful for all of it. I'm also realizing like things don't have to be on a timeline. Mm-hmm. I'm not that old. I still have time to accomplish shit. You know what I mean? You don't have to have a house by 25 and all this other stuff, you know?
Different world.
So
yeah,
I'm just trying to like look at the positive side, like PMA all of it and put it in the perspective of like, dude, I'm not on a timeline. Things are steadily getting better. I'm doing all the shit that I like. I'm with the woman that, I love and cherish, and I'm thankful she's there. Like you said, like, I got cats now. That's pretty cool. Love those little bastards.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot to be thankful for while also being stressed out about, like, all of it.
Right. Yeah. It's a beautiful place to be. Yeah. Fucking panic attack, but things are cool.
So is going out in your car, is that kind of like your decompression, your happy time, your happy space?
It doesn't happen enough, but like it's cool. I'm kind of new at it still, like the actual driving part. I've been in the industry and around drifting since like 2008, but as far as like having like a nice car to go do it and like stuff, like it's a learning curve. So there's a little bit of stress of like,
expensive hobby.
Yeah. I'm not just going out and like casually doing it. Like there's still a lot of like figuring it out and stuff involved, but it's cool. It's cool to like learn and like triumph over new things. Wait until you're bombing down a fucking steep hill towards a sweeper at the top of like just matted, dude. Like at the top of second gear, like fucking down. And you have to huck it as hard as you can. Otherwise, you're going to blow off the back of that fucking turn.
Yeah.
So you huck it absolutely as hard as you can so that you can make it around the turn. And it's just fucking bam, right back up the hill. Like it's cool.
Mike's like, I don't know what any of that means.
I don't
know either.
Realistically, wheel speed's like 65, but like vehicle speed is probably only like 40 miles an hour. But still imagine like the momentum of going 40 miles an hour like down a steep hill and then having to huck the car like absolutely sideways.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's fucking exhilarating.
That is wild. I don't know if I can do that.
It's shit like that like I think enables me to like be sober. You know what I mean? I've never been a dude that's been into like drinking or getting fucked up like ever. Like really, I never like
adrenaline junkie.
I never like claimed edge, but it always kind of people would lump me in with that because it's kind of. But yeah, dude, like adrenaline and shit like that. Like coming from motocross and then getting into like cars and like speed and shit. Like it's a weird feeling, dude. And like I remember when I first got my recent drift car back from getting the new engine and like big turbo and shit put on.
The Lexus?
Yeah, the Lexus. I'll
pay attention.
It had more than twice the horsepower of any car that I've ever had.
Yeah.
And I remember the feeling of my legs not being able to stop shaking from the adrenaline of driving it.
Yeah.
Like getting on the throttle the first time, and it's just fucking nuts. Mm-hmm. And like, now you get jaded to it, right? Like you have a car, so now it feels normal.
Yep.
But at first it's like,
yeah, something that you're so used to now is so drastically different. Like, oh, okay,
and
here we are.
It's not fear, dude. It's just like the straight adrenaline shakes, man.
Yeah.
Just like, I can't stop moving.
Dude, that was me when I first started riding. When I first started riding motorcycles, like that first time on a Harley, like just bombing down the freeway and getting those like near misses. You're like, oh fuck. All right, I need to calm down a little bit.
Dude, on a Harley, even like.
Dude, and then when I switched to the Yamaha, I have a FC09.
Oh.
And
do you really? I wanted one of those pretty badly.
I have an FZ09, and then I swapped out. I never liked the weird like alien looking headlight, so I swapped it out for a round headlight, so it looks more like a from the front it looks more classic. Mm-hmm. But that bike is even now, like I don't switch it into any of the like modes
because
I'm like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die in this thing.
I love those bikes.
Yeah.
Because I've ridden like crotch rockets.
Yeah.
And it's uncomfortable. I come from a motocross background where you're mostly sitting up. Mm-hmm. So like an FC09 is like so much more up my alley.
It's so comfortable because you're sitting upright, but you can still tuck.
Yeah.
But that thing just has legit like if you just barely over twist on the throttle, you're bringing the front
torquing it.
Just
fuck yeah, dude.
And like if you're just not paying attention and you just fucking rip it, like that thing will throw you off the back of it if you're not like holding it down.
I love it.
And it's like going, like Harleys are like, I sold my Harley and bought that because I was like, let me switch it up a little bit, right? I still want to get another bigger Harley, but you're dealing with like 700, 800 pound bike to a 400 pound
it was like
bike.
a 350.
Yeah, it's like 350 pounds with like so much torque and so much power. It's ridiculous, but it's fun. It's nice. It's comfortable to just like cruise around town, like weave in and out of traffic, things like that. But it can get sketchy because it's so easy to go fast, and you look down and you're doing like close to 100, like
cruising.
You're feeling the fucking wind hitting your chest. You're like, okay.
My girl won't let me have a bike.
I got my bikes before the girl, so she can't say that I can't have them.
What's that phrase? It's like better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
Yep.
You just got to come home with it.
Yep.
I'm sorry,
dude. When I bought this bike, I had her take me to pick it up, and she didn't know that that's what I was buying. And when I pulled out, I was like, all right, let's go. And I'm like, ripped down the street. She's like, really?
Really, Michael?
I'll see you at the house.
She didn't like the nickname of it either, right?
The Widowmaker?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Why?
I don't know. Some people call it that, I guess. That's what people have called it.
It's a 1500 or what is it?
No, it's
like a 900cc.
Yeah.
It's like 8 something. It's a dope. It's like a 3-cylinder. They're pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, but like I said, it weighs nothing. Like it just like there's nothing between my legs. It's wild. So, well, let's get some songs on the playlist and let's get out of here. So we have a playlist. First off, we want you guys to pick a song from one of your bands to throw on the playlist, and then whatever you've been jamming. Doesn't have to be heavy. Doesn't have to be hardcore. Nothing like that.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want. It could be Boys to Men. It could be from a musical. I don't care. But we throw it all on a playlist on Spotify.
How many songs do you need from us?
So one of your songs and then another song that you just put.
2 songs.
Yeah.
All right. So our stuff, Hate in My Veins.
Fuck you, I was gonna pick that.
Got it.
And then I'm gonna throw this fucking curveball on you. I've had this song stuck in my head. The chorus is so catchy I can't stop singing it.
Okay.
I don't sing, dude, and I'm singing this in my car.
I love this already.
It's a band called Mute, and the song is called Fading Out. Listen to it when you have the chance. This will be at Mike's alley.
Okay.
Mike and Mike. Mike Sally.
Sick.
It sounds familiar.
So it's a Mike song?
Yeah.
Got it.
Can I throw a bonus song?
Yeah, dude. Do it.
No, wait. Classic You by Cigar.
Sick.
Dude. I love that band.
You're up.
For Iron Rule, I'll go with Soul Remover, I guess. Featuring the homie Jay. Non-band related. Oh God. Think if I should like throw in something core or throw in a curveball or something.
Just whatever you've been listening to.
Whatever
man.
I've been listening to.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Let's do a Father Hog by Gore Pig, but the single version, because it has the Peppa Pig sample.
The single version?
Yeah, dude, it goes crazy.
That sounds hard.
Is it the remastered one?
No, the single version.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I just came in here with like tattoos and a Black Dahlia shirt, and I just picked two like melodic punk songs.
And all your influences were punk too, so
Love it, dude.
love it. Mike?
Don't deny who you are, man.
Never, dude. Fucking never.
Just because we got tickets to go see him, but Holy Name, Fall on Your Knees.
You go to that one? Penny Good?
Oh, Impending Doom? Nah, I didn't even know they were doing a thing.
Impending Doom's doing a thing.
Out in
Doom
Glass
Boys?
House.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's Holy Name.
That
Impending
year-
Doom.
That year that I played
Dynasty.
December Decimation was with Impending Doom.
Sick.
Impending Doom wins a plague.
Was that when...
Wait, you were playing that show?
Was that when
in
Greg was
2013.
in the band?
Oh shoot, was that the Glass House?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were on that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were on it. We played like third. We were supposed to play one slot later, but the promoter dicked us and told us that if we play earlier, he'll give us an Amir show, and then we never got that show.
Oh.
Tight.
I remember. Do you remember the Japanese band? Were you there earlier?
Yeah.
So there was like a Japanese band that played right after us, and they were like, "We don't know how to follow that." It's like, but we're. I want to say Crystal Lake, but I don't think it was Crystal Lake. I think it was someone like older than that. But they're like, "We're this band, and we're gonna play."
Don't check the archives.
Yeah, that band was called There May Be Blood. It was my old band with some other homies. But yeah, that was actually you talked about like important dates. That was my first wedding anniversary with my ex-wife.
Whoa.
And I was just like, well, I got to play this show. That didn't work out.
Slept on the couch that night. No.
Fuck, I don't even know.
That was because we had done the run with them leading up to that show. It was Winds of Plague and Impending Doom. Someone else on that. Again, another just weird.
Betrayal before they changed their name. I'm still so upset about that. They had one of the dopest names, period. Betrayal.
Yeah, and cool logo.
And they changed their name. And I don't think that the new name is as cool.
What's the new name?
Runaway Kids.
Is that still Betrayal though?
It was like because
they changed their sound though.
Because I know like a lot of the members left and they cycled, but it was Betrayal. It was like who was left in Betrayal, and they changed their name to Runaway Kids.
That's right.
And it's like,
Dude,
that tour that you guys were on, Winds of Plague, Impending Doom, No Bragging Rights, City in the Sea, and Destruction of a King.
oh yeah.
It was
way more than that too. There was like 10 more bands.
for that festival. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
at
but
the
the
Glass
run,
House.
the
But
run was.
and it ended at Glass House
Yeah.
in Pomona. That was called the motherfucking Best Coast Tour
Hell yeah.
from Fresno, Sacramento.
Hailing from the West Coast, the motherfucking best coast.
It was a solid little West Coast run you guys did.
Dude, try to find the actual December Decimation flyer. A lot of bands, dude. It was just started early and it kept hard the whole time.
I remember on that that run went to Reno.
2013, by the way, if that makes it any easier.
Yeah. Let's see.
And I I mean, I guess it shouldn't be that surprising, but I didn't realize like the hockey mask crew out in Reno, they were like in full force for Winds of Plague.
I know it was a thing.
Hockey
Yeah.
Mask Crew.
Hockey mask crew. Hell yeah.
It's the old school Jason mask,
Yeah.
and then just violent.
Casey
ass
Jones, dude.
marching. Yeah. Actually, yeah, they were at that tour too. That run.
Oh, the band Casey Jones.
Yeah, well, I mean, they showed up. Because another Reno show we did was with Casey Jones, and like they all showed they showed up. For
Did you ever
that.
play with AFB? AFB Reno Straight Edge 2007.
I feel like we maybe.
XAFBX.
I feel like they might have been on that
What's that?
show.
Is that a Feasting Beast?
Armed for Battle.
Yeah,
Oh,
I feel like maybe they're on that. They might have been on that Casey Jones show.
So like shameless plug. I think no one in the car industry knows this, but I started using Armed for Battle as a branding for like drifting.
Oh,
Sick.
Not like a company, just like they have like drift like crews,
Yeah.
like Team Animal style and like other shit like that. Like it's like just me and some homies, Armed for Battle on the side of my car, all big, reflective.
that's pretty on par with Iron Rule.
And yeah, and nobody would get the reference, but like I'll even like put like a short video of my car and I'll like play their songs on Instagram because you can pick songs, but it's like XAFBX. Like I think some people get it and they appreciate it, but some don't. Dude, their vocalist won a season of Ink Master
Really?
for AFB. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Who's their vocalist?
I forget his name.
Trevor? No.
I watch a lot of Ink Master. I'm trying to remember.
He's from. No, not from Florida.
No, they're from Reno. I don't know where he's from now, but
And then a sick Reno band was Code Red. Is that what they call 'em? Yeah, Code Red. I remember
Can't find the full flyer for this.
So the
Damn
Reno, like whenever we played Reno, like guys in that crew would be there, and like sometimes they'd mosh for a little bit, but they wouldn't really be like too into it. They kind of waited for like their bands or whatever. But then we played our AFI cover, and they were all in there.
which song did you guys cover?
Fall Children.
Sick. That's hard.
It was it's a fun one.
I'd love to cover like Perfect Fit or 000 or like something, but just like I'm not in a band that I can do that.
Why not, dude?
I mean, why not?
Believe.
I talked the Iron Rule Boys a few years ago into letting me cover Perfect Fit, and just like trying to figure out how to make it like heavier, but that never went through.
Just play it straight up, dude. Just play in your drop A.
Okay, right? Yeah, just keep.
Dude, you can do
pitch.
you can do single second, and then you could find someone that finally can sing that high ass part.
Oh, the what's his name from
That
Tiger Army?
Yeah.
Yeah, memories dull my senses. That's all he's saying over and over. I could do that part. I can't do it high. I'll just yell it while D-Lo does Davy's parts.
Well, and if you played an A, you could totally do it.
Yeah,
True,
Because
yeah,
he pitched
it's
everything
lower.
down, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I would love that.
Well-
A single second.
Let's plug some socials and let's get out of here. You guys want? What do you guys want to plug?
At Iron Rule CA. Definitely, like, please check us out.
Please.
Please check us out.
the new jam coming soon, I think. Right?
We're trying to shoot the music video this
Sick.
month. So
Hell.
another thing I'm stressed out about.
Oh, I feel you on
That's
that.
gonna be a fun like. This is the new band. This
Yeah.
is us, but new.
We did a little teaser photo shoot, and I think it was more just because we knew the questions were coming.
Like, hey, we're still here.
Yeah. Well, not so much that, but like how long can I ask the dudes who aren't in the band anymore to like be quiet about it?
Yeah.
Right.
That's fair.
So it was like we just gotta like say something, get it out there. Yo, we got shit working. Like we've teased a couple like recording clips and stuff, but it's coming. So please follow us. We're on every single streaming service you can ever imagine. At Iron Rule CA, and I don't even care to plug myself. Just follow my band, please.
You can follow my personal at Avi Block Drums or my business page, Avi Block Tattoos. That's where you can see my portfolio, any updates in my career, all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah. For us, Walking Blind Pod everywhere. walkblindpod@gmail.com for the email address.
Follow, like, and subscribe. But like, do it though first.
The enthusiasm.
All right, we love you guys. We'll see you guys soon.
Thanks,
Peace.
Papas. Thank you.
Peace.